Come join us as we take you on a trip from the practice pen to the show arena and let you listen in as top trainers prepare their students to compete in the Western industry's most exciting equine sport. And you'll learn what it takes to become a top weekend cutter.
Brought to you by the American Cutting Horse Association.
Oh, I love the ACHA. I've been coming here for so long that we're family. Oh yeah, this is a family. This is my other world from my work world. I watch the kids grow up, compete with my friends, go through different horses watch each other ride our new horses, and it's just a big supportive group.
The Intensify line of feed is really the premier line for Bluebonnet. When we developed this line, we really pulled out all the stops. We wanted the best technology that we possibly could. It starts out with true name ingredients, open label. All of the feed ingredients are tested prior to ever being used in an intensified feed. The digestive support components that we include actually improve the efficiency of a horse's digestive system.
Hey folks, welcome to the show. I'm Kenny Emai, your host of Cuttin Up. This week, we're going to Belton, Texas. Our good friend Jim Keir is going to be commentating all the action from the youth competition there in Belton. This whole episode is brought to you by the American Cutting Horse Association. Be sure and go to americancuttinghorse.com to find out how to cut or be an affiliate. They've got some great incentives to be an affiliate and put on ACHA shows anywhere. They've just added their new ACHA affiliate in Australia. So wherever you're at, they'd love to talk to you about putting on an ACHA cutting. So go to americancuttinghorse.com, find out how you can stay and play in the ACHA. Now let's go to Belton, Texas.
Okay, Kaylee's going in on the right side. She's going slow to the herd, and she's going to fulfill the requirement that you have to make one deep cut. If you don't make one deep cut, we have a 3-point penalty we have to assess. And to make a deep cut, you just have to enter the herd environment. Now she's behind the whole herd, so she for sure fulfills that requirement. But she's trying to get the cows up out of there so she can try to make a pretty cut in the middle of the pen. She's moving over, making a cut in the middle of the pen, puts her hand down. Now she can't move her hand. If she moves her hand, that's a 1-point penalty. It's called a rein or a visible cue. And this horse is going across the pen, doing pretty good. And she's keeping that cow in fairly good control. First cut, she looked like she was pretty indecisive on which cow she wanted, so we'll have to see what the judge does with that. But the judge is in the best position, and I'm on the ground here. But besides that, if the cut was clean, everything was good there, she's probably sitting at about a 70. And here we go again. She makes the cut. She's in the middle of the pen. We give her credit for that. She's doing pretty good. Her degree of difficulty, pretty good. Run content's pretty good here. So her score is going up. So instead of being like a 70, she'll be a 71. She gained some credit for doing that. She kept the cow in the middle of the pen. She's doing a lot of things that we like to see from the judges' stand. She does not have to enter the herd again deep, but she's going in deep, but she's fulfilled that requirement. You only have to do that one time. But Kaylee looks like a cool customer in there. She seems pretty cool cutting her cow. She's trying to cut this black cow. She gets cut in the middle of the pen, hand down, credit situation. She gets credit for her cut, staying in the middle of the pen. She's got her scores going up as we watch. So 2 seconds, 1 second, and she gets to her one. We'll see what the judge did with the first cut, which was a little questionable, but it's going to be
the score for Peppy Tell is a 73.
73. Good for her. Nice job. These cows are a little tough today, so they're going to present them a little bit of a problem. And the further we go into the bunch of cattle, the harder they're going to be to cut and the tougher they're going to be. It's just the way it is. A good draw is really helps. A good draw would be in the first half of the cattle. So if you're in the first half of the cattle, that's considered a pretty good draw. And most of the money is won. That's 80% of the money is won in the first half of the cattle. So here she is. She's a cool cucumber. She's waiting on the cows to separate. She's going to step over to her left. Perfect. This is a credit cut here. She gets a check plus, we'd call it, in the judging booth. And here she is. And this girl right now has got a really nice run going. Cow staying in the middle pen. The horse is exactly where it needs to be, taking total control of the cow. The mirror image of where the cow is, the horse is, doing exactly what the cow does. So we'll see what she does here. Okay, that was a good first cow. She had a credit cut and she had pretty good control, and you want to stay in the middle third of the pen. Hopefully when she got off it kind of gone to the edge, but still a really nice run here. Her cut was excellent, and if I was judging, I would have given her a check plus, which means it's better than an average cut. And we'll see what she gets done here. Okay, she gets this cow cut, so we got two good cuts. And this horse is really doing a nice job here, really. So we'll see how the run turns out. It's going, it's a hard run. Cow's extremely, a lot of difficulty. She quits. We got 25 seconds to go, and so far she has had a really nice run, really nice run. So we'll see how she finishes up the run. She just doesn't have to do a whole lot. She just has to get she doesn't have to get a cow cut, but it's more desirable if she does get a cow cut here. And it doesn't look like she's going to get it done before the buzzer. Yes, she does. There she goes. She does a really nice, this was a really nice run. So the buzzer rang. When you're judging in
The score for JM Peptomania is a 72.
When the buzzer goes off and you're in the judges stand, it's like the light goes off, the run ends right there. It's real desirable to enter the herd slow and not create any commotion when you get in the herd. You're supposed to be able to slip in and slip out of the herd with one cow as easy and as quiet as you can. That's kind of the game plan on this deal, is to get in, get out, and get your cow cut in the middle of the pen without a lot of commotion to the herd. And of course she's fulfilled the requirement of making a deep cut. And it's Cancer Awareness Day, so lots of people decked out in their pink. I guess she got her cow stopped. There she is, going back and forth. And you got to get off that cow when it's either stopped or going away from you. So there she is. She quit. Cow was going away from her, no penalty. The cow has to be either completely stopped or going away to get off, or we call that a hot quit. And if you would happen to hot quit, you will get penalized 3 points. So she's fine here. So she's got a average run going here, and her first cut was okay. The run's okay. It's just kind of a 70 type run. She hasn't gone up or down much yet, but she's getting her horse showed. So here she goes. She's going right and left, kind of keeping in the middle of the pen. Cow wants to be pretty tough, pretty tricky. So we'll see what happens here. This cow's wanting to get really tough now. Really tough. We'll see what happens. Okay, she got off. So that was a tough cow in a really hard situation. So she probably has gained a little credit. So she's stepping up, showing the judge she wants to show her horse, trots up, puts her hand down. She's got a pretty nice run, not as good as the 72 or 73, but she got a pretty nice run. see
The
what the
score
judge
for
marks
Commander
it.
Smart is a 69.
69. Okay.
I hope you're enjoying the action from Belton, Texas and all the ACHA youth kids. Now let's visit with Miss Jimmy Nichols. She's the equine nutritionist for Bluebonnet Feeds, and she's here with a Horse Health Today segment for you.
Today, we are going to talk about cool energy calories. Now, there are really two different sources of calories for horses. You can obtain calories through fat sources, or you can obtain calories through starchy sources. Now, the starchy sources are going to be things like corn, oats, barley. A lot of your sweet feeds are going to be considered high in starch, and those feeds are getting their calories primarily from starches. Now, there's a second option of obtaining calories from fat. Now, fat is unique because they provide cool energy sources. Now, what that means is basically your horses are not going to get as hot-headed, they're not going to get as excitable when the majority of the calories are coming from fat sources. There's research out there actually that compared the diets of horses on starchy calories versus fat calories, and the horses that were on the fat calories had a more level attitude and they had a longer endurance, better oxygen carrying capacity or more wind. Now, the other thing that's really unique about fat calories is they are 2.25 times more dense than the starch calories. Protein has actually kind of gotten a bad rap because people think that protein makes horses hot. Well, the recent research has actually shown that it's the starches and sugars that can make horses hot and excitable. So, when people ask me what kind of calories they should be looking for in their horse feeds, I tell them to look for soybean oils, rice bran. Those are going to be your cool energy calorie sources. Thank you for joining us on Horse Health Today.
Thanks, Miss Jimmy and Bluebonnet Feeds. Now, let's hear a word from our sponsors. You know, insurance is a daily part of our lives. We insure ourselves, we insure our trucks, we insure our trailers. Roger Peters Livestock Insurers is where you go. Roger Peters Livestock Insurers has been an agent for Great American Insurance for over 35 years. Remember, no vet checks up to $100,000, whether it's a private treaty sale or a catalog sale. Call Connie or Stacy at this number and get yourself some peace of mind and insure your performance horse with Roger Peters Livestock Insurers. Hey everybody, Kenny E. My Business Development Manager for Farm and Ranch TV. Now available, Roku, Chromecast, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Android TV, our website, farmandranch.tv. Soon to be available by this Christmas 2017 on all your tablets and smartphones, Apple, Android, doesn't matter. You'll be able to see us any way you want. Farm and Ranch TV, the future of rural programming.
He's hiding a card.
It's time for you and your boys to get out of town. Left foot,
Right foot.
left foot, stop. Twitch your eyes so they think you're crazy.
If you walk the walk, you talk the talk. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Hide the eyes.
It's what you do.
Show them real slow. Yeah.
Well, thanks for staying tuned. Now let's get back to the action in Belton, Texas. With the youth kids, the ACHA, Jim Keir is commentating all the action. Take it away, Jim.
Like I said, we're at the bottom half of the cows. This is your number 7th rider now, so we're sure in the bottom half of the cows. Cows are getting tough, but you know, this is, the judge draws the class, so the order is determined by picking numbers out of the hat as to where you draw in the class. Okay, he's coming through the cattle pretty smooth and quiet. You like to see that from the judge's stand. He's coming up, he hasn't picked a cow yet, he can take any cow yet. He's just kind of seeing what's going to kind of stay here. And see, there he is, he's got his cow cut. Puts his hand down, here we go. This looks pretty good to start with. Awful close to the herd, but just as long as he doesn't pick any cows up, which means the cow coming out from the herd. So the cut's good, the cow's in the center of the pen, the stops are hard and straight. So this is a good run. This Chad has got a good, Carson has got a good run started. Stepping up through the herd quiet, taking a whole bunch of cows, which is probably pretty smart at this point. Usually in these cows, cow will stay. He's going to cut the gray cow here. Did a good job of cutting that cow. Horse looks good. Now this horse looks really nice. This horse is intense. He's got the cow in the middle of the pen. He's stopping. He's in exactly the right place. Horse stops square, stops hard like I was saying we want to see. So this is a really, really nice run to this point. You know, he's doing a lot of things to get a lot of credit. You know, he's showing the horse. He run over to the side there and stop. Cow turned away, got off. That's a legal stop. So everything he's doing right now is really nice. So we can expect a pretty nice score here. But I'm not the judge today, so we'll let the judge decide the score she's going to give it. We have here he is, makes a good cut. Last cow, hanging on, there were still cows. Okay. I assume if he doesn't have a big wreck here at the end, he's probably going to have a pretty nice score. Yep, 4 seconds left. So he's going to have a real nice score here. This should be a real nice score. We'll see what the judge does.
The score for Chet Smooth is a 75.
75. He goes to the lead by 2 points. There he is. He's going to the herd, pretty quiet. That's his dad, going by his dad right there. His dad's trying to give him good instructions so he gets a good score. So, but like I said, that last score, 75, that young man did everything right. That's the kind of run we all want to have. So, stepping up, getting his cow cut. That other one, we need the other one to get out of the way. So he's got 2 cows here, so we'll see what happens. Okay. See what goes on, okay. Horse is keeping in the middle of the pen. Cow's just kind of playing with him a little bit there. He's going right, going left. Everything's cool so far. Cow's coming away and he quit. So we got a legal quit. We got the run isn't as what I call crisp as the last run. The other horse was just boom, boom. This cow dictated that it wasn't as crisp because the cow's just kind of moving around slow and quiet. But he's got a pretty nice run going. First cut was a little so-so, but after that we got a decent run going. He should be sitting at 70, at least a 70 right here. And he's looking way up the top, seeing what's up here. You know, he's doing good. He's just kind of watching, seeing what's happening out front here. So he's getting his cow cut. He's got the yellow cow cut. There he is. Okay. Got his horse going. Get his horse over there, yeah. Now he's a little out of center, we call not being quite centered up. He should be a little more to his right, but he's just a little off out of whack here. But there he goes. He got his horse in whack now. There he is. Worked 2 cows. Gets a little credit for doing that. But he was a little out of whack, so we'll see what our judge does with that score.
The score for Caddy Doc Legacy is a 70.
70. So he walked in at a 70. He didn't lose any points, and he comes out at a 70. Okay. Takes a deep cut, which is fine. Tries to bring a bunch of cows out. And she's stepping up through them. I don't know, yeah, she's gonna take this little old dark cow here. She's gonna take it. The other cow's kind of in her way, but now this is a credit cut right in the middle of the pen. She cuts exactly the cow she wanted and brought it all the way from the back there. So we got Definitely got a credit cut there. She's sitting there, horse is a little tardy coming this way. But now she's quit, so we give her credit for her cut. We give her credit for working the cow in the middle of the pen. A little out of whack, not bad, but a little bit, but still a nice run going here for Taylor Mowry. Another deep cut. You only have to make one deep cut to fulfill the requirement, but most of the time people go in the herd and make deep cuts on every one usually, unless they're running out of time at the end. Okay, she's got this cow. This is a pretty nice run she's got going here. Not as nice as the 75 run, but a pretty nice run. She's showing her horse good. She's pretty confident up there riding her horse. Looks confident. Everything looks good right here. She's making up points there. Looking really, really good. I don't think it's quite as good as the 75, but like I said, I'm not the judge today. But we'll see how she finishes. We've got 15 seconds left. She really needs to get a cow cut. We don't want to die with no cows at the end. And we'll see what she does here. And so this kind of hurts her run a little bit, so we'll see what the judge does with this. It would have been more desirable for her to have been cutting at the bud.
The score for Tasahara Magic is a 72 1/2.
2.5. 72 1/2.
Hello, my name's Tracy Barton. I'm from Northridge Ranch in Pierce, South Dakota, and today I'm talking to you about bits. One of my favorite bits is what I call a correction bit. It's called a TTB correction. It's made by Ray Mayhew out of Paterson, New York. Ray has been a customer of mine as well as a sponsor of mine for the past 20-25 years, has supplied me with all my bits. And this is a special bit. It's not a real thin bit, it's a 5/8 bit. And the reason why I like this bit so much, if you get a bit or a correction bit with a real small diameter mouthpiece in it, a lot of times it's going to cut into that horse, or that it's going to make that horse root on that bridle a little bit or scare them. If you have a bit with a bigger diameter, a lot of times a horse will lunge into that bit and you lose that bite and you have to do a lot more tugging. So this is kind of the middle of the road bit, and it has a lot of feel to it. The reason why I say a lot of feel, you can take a correction on a really small diameter and you'll pull and nothing will happen, and all of a sudden you have a tremendous amount of bite. In this particular bit, with the Mayhew bit, the way we've got the shank swept back a little bit, you can pull it a little bit, you get a little bite. You pull a little more, you have a little more bite, or you can really pull a lot and then you can get your stop. This bit, it takes a lot to scare a horse in this type of bit, with this diameter bit, with this shank. I've had some corrections that I've used in the past before I met Ray Mayhew, where the diameter was really small and I would scare the horse, or a diameter was really big and I was tugging all the time and I lost a lot of feel in my horse. This particular bit accomplishes all that. You have a lot of feel on your horse, you don't scare your horse, and yet if you really need to stop a horse or it gets out of control, you're able to do that without scaring the horse at all. We have put inlay, if you can see the back of this, we have inlaid copper into the shank to help the horse salivate throughout the working process so that the horse's mouth doesn't become dry. I really like that concept. It really keeps the horse's mouth. We have a lot more feel in that horse's mouth by doing that. And the longevity of this bit, using it on a horse, far increases that of a bit that you can use for 1 or 2 days and then you've got to swap off. This particular bit I've been using probably for 25 years. I probably won over $2 million using this particular bit, and I'm very comfortable with this. It's a good transition bit from, let's say, a snaffle and a C bit, and you want to go to maybe a stiff bit or a clapper bit sometimes. This correction bit is a good intermediate bit in between there. Other than that, it's just a really good bit. And the thing I like about Ray Mayhew's bits is that if you do tear one up, and unfortunately trainers at times do tear up bits, he fixes them exactly the same way as if they were brand new. So the bit you're getting back is the same bit as when you purchased it. That's Talking a Bit. My name's Tracy Barton from Northridge Ranch in Pierce, South Dakota. Thanks for watching Cuttin' Up.
The Talking a Bit segment is designed to let you know what trainers consider to be their favorite bit and what their uses are. Be sure and talk with your trainer to see what bit works best for you and your horse.
Smells like he's our hero. We will never forget his great smelling air.
The rural American lifestyle. It's how we work, and it's how we play. It's how we learn and how we enjoy the finer things in life. How we take care of our animals and tend to the land. It's a way of life. Has been for hundreds of years. Now there's a whole new way for rural America to watch TV. Well, that's our show for this week. I hope you really enjoyed it. Thank you, a big thank you to Jim Keir for commentating all the youth action there from Belton, and a big thank you to the American Cutting Horse Association. Remember, if you think you saw them having fun, think how much fun you can have by joining the ACHA or putting on a cutting somewhere in your neck of the woods and keep our great sport alive. Go to AmericanCuttingHorse.com to find out how you can be an affiliate or a member or both. Join us right here next week. We'll be right here cutting up.
Let's dance. Dance, dance. Cutting horse dance. To the left, to the right. Cutting horse dance. Bounce, bounce. The cutting horse dance. Left, right, left, right. Let's do it again. Dance,
Be sure and go to Cuttin Up TV's Facebook page and like us.